2020, you can't fool me, there ain't no sanity clause. Santa's future will be decided by the courts. Even though the majority of the people believe that he doesn't exist, he is hoping that the jury will overturn that decision. Santa is relying on the fact that while the jury is comprised of all of the major religions, there is a Christian majority and they will return a verdict in his favor. The Jewish juror, Moses Lipschitz, has recused himself as he has rightfully determined that no matter what the outcome of the trial, he will be blamed for something. And even if the court finds that he doesn't exist, Santa has vowed to stay on. He has issued a statement through his press secretary, Virginia, stating that, "I will continue to wear my red suit proudly and make Christmas great again." Weary of the major networks, Santa relies heavily on the Hallmark Channel to get his message out and has many loyal supporters who, despite evidence to the contrary, still believe in him. Ready to mobilize for his cause, Santa has told the Salvation Army to stand back and stand by. When asked to comment, the Easter Bunny, an ardent Santa devotee, said that he won't go on record. However, sources close to the bunny said he is following the trial very closely and is quite concerned. Despite his bravado, Santa's problems are mounting. His ice wall is not stopping the flood of undocumented elves illegally entering the North Pole. And the IRS is wondering how someone who runs a toy conglomerate, and to quote Santa, the greatest toy empire ever, "No one has ever seen a toy company like mine, a really great company. I produce more toys than anyone ever," why he pays so little in taxes. If things weren't bad enough for Santa, now members of his inner circle are starting to break away. First came the tell-all book about the turmoil in the North Pole from the reindeer Scratcher, who for the first time tells the true story of how Santa on, of all nights, Christmas Eves, come up to him and says, "You're fired," and replaces him with Rudolph. Even the elf Hermie, a long-time confidant of Santa, has quit the workshop in disgust and has become a dentist. Santa still has his supporters. The abominable snowman, a former adversary, remains loyal and is making a case for Santa. But as he has lost his teeth and has no bite left, he just looks and sounds silly. A growing concern is that Santa will not acknowledge that he doesn't exist and refuses to share the naughty or nice list. Many fear that every day he delays put the future and the security of the holidays at risk and will have major implications for what presents children will receive. The entire world waits to see how this will play itself out. For full disclosure, I must admit that I once believed in Santa. He wasn't all bad. He gave us toys for tots, pub crawls, and especially Mrs. Claus. And while I may not be true blue, like many, I've had enough. Now, I want to go a little bit further and talk about the origin of this card. There is a scene in the Marx Brothers movie, A Night at the Opera, where Groucho and Chico are negotiating a contract. They each tear off clauses from the copy of the contract they dislike, gradually reducing the contract to the final clause, the one declaring that the parties are of sound mind. Chico objects again, but Groucho insists it's a standard sanity clause. Chico responds in his broken English with the infamous saying, "You can't fool me, there ain't no sanity clause."